Hey guys, it's Jack from Casino Income Academy with another quick video. We're back on Crapsy. I'm going to show you a quick demo. And by the way, I'm getting questions as to the other games that we cover, such as roulette and of course baccarat. So this channel did a lot of baccarat. We did a lot of baccarat for a long time, and we did a lot of roulette. And here's my answer to people that are looking for more baccarat. You know, we only show stuff after we have tested it, unless I tell you otherwise. If somebody wants me to do a demo, one of the students or somebody asks me to do something, then I'll do it. But we don't force the issue. So, you know, there's roulette channels, and you guys know what I'm talking about, that every single day they have to do a roulette system, or every single day they have to do something because they're forcing the content. We only put out something that we really think is going to help people or spark an interest in your evaluation and testing. So, we haven't done as much baccarat lately. You're correct about that. But remember, we also released quite a few systems over the last year that are still performing really, really well. Baccarat Squared, Baccarat Equalizer, and inside of Casino Diversification Toolbox, our primary first business course. It has several baccarat systems that are crushing it in there. So we will be getting back to baccarat. It's not that we're only doing craps. It's just that these are the things that are working right now, and these are the latest things that we're pushing out that can really help people. And we also, this last month, released AI bubblecraps blueprint, which is a total craps 7 incredible systems. So we will be getting back. So just to give you guys a glimpse, our pro guys are playing some new things in the world of baccarat right now, and we will be showing more baccarat again in the near future. So there's lots of things in the works. It's just that we can't force the issue like these other channels. We put out what we need to put out because it's working and because it's something that we believe makes sense. We've been interspersing the craps with roulette systems that have been phenomenal. And by the way, in the last 2 days, we put out our brand new newsletter. There's 2 links in there to private strategies, one for craps and one for roulette, that are awesome. The only way you can get your hands on those, they're free, but you do have to get them from the new newsletter. So go to casinoincomeacademy.com, register for notifications of the newsletter. That gives you discount codes for all the latest modules and products coming out. But it also, the latest one that's out right now, has 2 private strategies that you're going to want to check out. All right. So I'm going to show you something interesting right now. And this is kind of cool. This is called the 5 and 10 bounce. Okay. You've never seen this one before, and it's pretty fascinating stuff. So what we're going to do, and I'm going to do real roll. Well, you know what? Yeah, I have this set up for real rolls. So we're going to basically wait until we get a 5 or a 10, okay? I'm not even going to enter the roll in here because we won't have a bet out until we do get a 5 or 10, so it really doesn't matter. I'm just going to tell you what the rolls are, and then we'll go from there. All right, that's an 8. That's a 7. That's an 11. We're looking for a 5 or a 10, and there it is. There's a 10. Okay, so it's a 5-5. All right.
Hard 10.
Okay, so now we have our point, and it doesn't really matter. The point is inconsequential, whether it's a point or not. We were waiting for a 5 or a 10. So now what we're going to do is we're going to lay the 10 for 50. Now, I'm just using that to make it nice and easy. Okay, we're just going to do this nice and easy. Sorry about the phone, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and get this thing started. So now, if it was a 5 that was rolled first, we would be laying the 5. That's why this is called the 5-10 bounce. So here we go. So now let's just get going. All right, that's an 8. And this is a lay bet. So this is going to pay half. So if we win, we're going to make $25 here. So the next roll is an 8, a 6, and a 2.
8 easy.
All right. We only care about the 7 or the 10. That's an 11, 6, and 5.
Yo, 11.
All right. Here we go. That's another 8, 6, and 2. And what we're looking for is the 7. So a lay bet is a dark side bet that the 7 is going to happen before whatever number you're laying.
8 easy.
Okay, let's keep going. That's a 2, 1, 3. 2, 1.
3 craps.
Okay, let's keep going. There's a 9, 5, 4. And we want that 7. That's a snake eyes. So right now I'm throwing a lot of junk.
2 craps.
Where is that 7? Up, that's the 9. That doesn't do anything for us. No harm, no foul. 5, 4, 9.
Nina.
Keep going. And there's another 9, 6, 3.
Nina 9.
None of this matters to us. And there's the 5. Okay, so now watch what happens. Okay, the 5 rolls. So this is what we're going to do. First, let's put it in, the 4 and 1.
Fever 5.
Okay, so now when the opposite one rolls, we're going to tell the dealer, or if we're playing bubblecraps, we're going to take this down. We're going to take that down, and now we're going to lay that amount. We're going to move it to the 5. So we're going to bounce. It's the 5-10 bounce. Okay. All right. The 5 pays differently, the lay bet, than the 10. And we'll see that. So now we move. We bounced from the 10 because the 5 came up. And we're going to bounce back and forth until we get a resolution on this bet. So now what we're looking for is the 7. Again, it's always the 7 because it's a lay bet before the 5. Okay? Where's that 7? There's the 6, 4, 2. So this is a pretty long roll so far. 4, 2. That doesn't do anything. Here we go. And there's the 3, 1, 4. So that doesn't do anything. So this would be a pretty good roll if we were on the other side.
4 easy.
Okay. Doesn't hurt us. There's the 2, 1. A lot of horns. 2, 1.
3 craps.
Let's keep going. And there's the 9 again. The 5 and the 4.
Nina.
All right. And there's the 2, 2, 4.
Hard 4.
Here we go. And there's the 7 out. So there we go. So watch this. 5 and 2.
7 out.
And we get paid 31. So our $50 bet on the lay 5 pays 31. Our $50 bet on the 10 would have paid half. That's about 25. Okay, so now we're up $31. If I was playing with at this level, I'd be looking for about a $100 profit. Somewhere in that range. So now the 5-10 bounce restarts. So now I'm not gonna put the rolls in so we can go quicker. So I'm looking for the next 5 or 10 again. And there it is right away, 3, 2. That didn't take long. 3, 2.
Fever 5.
All right. So that means the 5 came first, so we're going to do our $50 lay on the 5, or whatever you want to lay, whatever you're laying. I'm just using 50. You can use $5 if you're at the bubble craps or whatever. All right, so once again, we're in action, and we're looking for a 7 before the 5. But if the 10 comes, we're going to bounce to the 10. Here we go. That's a 2, 1, 3. 2, 1.
3 craps.
All right. And that's an 8, a 6, 2. 6, 2.
8 easy.
And that's the 7 out. So there we go. 5 and 2. And we're going to make another, what was it, 31.
7 out.
There we go. So we're up $62 now. And we restart again with our 5-10 bounce. Okay. I'm not going to put in the numbers. I'm just going to wait for a 5-10. A 5 or a 10. There's a 12. There's a 7. There's a 5 again. So it's a 4-1. So we're back on the 5. We're going to be laying the 5 for 50. And here we go, guys. 7 out right away. 6-1. 6-1.
7 out.
All right. So we now are up $93. $93. So if I made my money that quickly, I'd probably end the session right there. I know I said 100, but I don't play for nickels. I don't play for pennies. I play for profit. Just profit. $93 is close enough to 100. I would walk away. No doubt about it. So let's play one more session since this video hasn't been that long so I can show you again because we only got to see the bounce once. So now here we go again. Pretend like we walked away. We got a cup of coffee or tea and maybe something I'm not supposed to have over at Starbucks like a banana bread and come back for session number 2. We're looking for a 5 or a 10. And there it is, 6-4. So right away, 6 and 4.
10
so
easy.
This time we're going to be on the 10 because it came out first. So we're gonna put our money down and give it to the dealer, or if we're at bubble craps, we're just gonna put 50 or whatever, $5 or $10 or whatever you want on the lay 10. And now we want a 7 before a 10. And that's an 8. That's a 6 and a 2. 6 and a 2.
8 easy.
That doesn't do anything for us. And that's a 6 and a 3, 9. 6, 3, 9.
Nina 9.
And there's a 5. So we got lucky that we didn't get the 5 first. But now watch what happens. 3 and 2.
5 fever.
And now we're going to take our bet down and we're going to bounce to the lay 5. Okay, so now we moved our lay bet to the 5. Still looking for the 7. And we got knocked off for the first time. So that is a 4-1. 4 and a 1.
Fever 5.
All right, so we lost. So what do we do now? What do we do now? Now, you can wait and wait for the next shooter. You can wait for the next 5 or 10, or you can go back out right away. So, and I'll show you what we're going to do. So, what I've decided to do this time is I'm going to wait for the next 5 or 10 instead of going out right away. Now, there is a very good argument, probability-wise, to go right back on the 5. Okay? Right back on the 5. Right? But we're not going to play it that way this time. Let's see what would have happened. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to wait for the next 5 or 10, but we'll see if another 5 does show up. That's an 11, no big deal. 6 and 5.
Yo 11.
So let's see what happens. That's a 7. So we would have won. So if we would have went right back out on our lay bet on the 5, we would have won part of that money back already. Okay? So that's the answer to that question. Now we're still waiting for the 5 or the 10 again. Oh, wait a minute. 4-3. I didn't enter it in. 4-3. Not that it matters.
7 out.
Okay. So we're still waiting for the next 5 or 10. There it is. 5, 4, 1. So we would have, if we would have gone right back out, we would have made part of the money back. I just decided not to do it.
Fever 5.
Okay. The point is 5, and we're going to be laying 5. So this is what you can do. Here's the money management. This is such a quality system. You can flat bet this, and if you have the patience, you're going to make your money back anyway. You only lost 51, right? Not a big deal. If you want to progress, what I do is only go up half. So I would add an extra $25 to this, and I'd go to 75 here. Okay? If that's what you want to do. I'm not going to do it because we already made money on the first session of the day, and we started out with a bump in the road. Who cares? So I'm going to keep it, for purposes of this video, just flat betting, so I don't confuse anybody. But if you want to progress, go up by half. Don't do more than that. There's no reason to do all that crazy progression. So here we go. We're looking for that 7 again. And there it is. 4-3. All right, so you see how fast you can make that money back. We didn't make it all back yet.
7 out.
Right? We made 31 of the 51 back. Okay? So you just keep rolling along. So let's keep going. We're looking for the 5 or the 10. There's a 4. That doesn't do anything for us. There's a 7. There's a 2. Come on. There's another 7. And there's a 6. And there's an 8. Come on. Snake eyes. There's another 8. There's a 9. We need a 5 or a 10. There's another 8. There's a 8. There's another 8. Snake eyes. And there's a 7 out. Whoops, that went off the board. Hold on, guys. There's another 9. And there's another 8. Wow, where are the 5 and 10s? There it is, 4-1. Okay. 4. Oh, and by the way, what does that show you? That sometimes you're going to have to be patient.
Fever 5.
This is not an action system. All right, so we're back on the lay 5. So the 5-10 bounce is a very systematic approach to making money. So now we're looking for the 7 as always. Here we go. And there it is, 4-3 right away. So patience pays off. 4-3.
7 out.
All right. So we made another 31. So we started this session. I think that's where we started the session. Didn't we? Yeah. So we started this second session with a $51 loser. I think that was the start of the second session. And now we're up because we had 31-31s back to back. So now we're up and hopefully going in the right direction. So let's see if we can get close to session number 2's $100. We need another 5 or 10. That's a 7. That's a 7. Wow. There's a 5. There we go. Okay, it's 3 and a 2. 3 and a 2.
Fever 5.
Which triggers us to be on the 5. We haven't been on the 10 in a while. Okay. Now we're looking for a quick 7 again. Come on. That's a 3, a 2-1. 2 and a 1.
3 craps.
And there's a 7, 5-2. There it is. That 7 is always lurking.
7 out.
So there's another $31. So basically now you're definitely up. I don't know. You were up about 60, let's say that's 10, 11. Let's say that's $11. You're up about 42 bucks at the moment, something like that. About 42 now after that first loss in the second session. We made our $90 or whatever it was in session 1. All right, so here we go. Let's see if we can get there real quick. We're only 20 minutes into the video. Let's see where we go. That's a 5 and a 4, 9. That's a 6 and a 3, 9. That's a 5 and a 1, 6. 6 and 3. 4 and 4. 6 and 5, 11. 4 and 2, 6. We're just looking for a 5 or a 10 to get us started. There it is, 6, 4. Okay. So we are going to be on the 10 this time.
10 easy.
And remember, on the lay bet on the 10, it only pays half. It pays a little less than when we're playing games on the 5. There we go. So now you want that 7. There it is, 4 and 3 right away. Boy, is that nice when that happens. 4 and 3.
7 out.
All right. So what did I say we were up? About $40, something like that. So we'd be up about, let's say, 64 bucks, something like that for the second session. Somewhere in that range. So let's see if we can get one more win. So we're looking for the 5 and 10 again. That's a 7, a 6, 1. There it is, 6 and 4. Okay. 6 and 4.
10 easy.
So that triggers us to lay on the 10 again. So you see how we bounce from the 5 to the 10. And even once we're on here, if the 5 comes out, we're going to bounce this off of here to the 5. Okay? So here we go. We're looking for another quick 7 out. There, nope. Oh, it's a 4, 1. Okay, so we are going to have to take this down and move it. So it's a 4 and a 1.
Fever 5.
So we're going to take this bet down. And we're going to bounce to the 5. Okay, so now we're laying against the 5. So we're looking for that 7. Nope. 6 and a 2. 6 and 2.
8 easy.
Whoa, thank God we're not on the 10. It's a 10. 6, 4. So we skated by on that one by moving it.
10 winner.
All right. Hold on one second. Just to make sure. Okay. Here we go. So it doesn't matter that this is the come out roll. We're making sure that this bet is working, the come out. Okay. So a 7 still wins for us. That's a 2, 1. So that's a pass line loser.
3 craps.
Doesn't matter to us, of course. And there's a 6, 4, 4, 2. A 4, 2, 6.
6 easy.
All right. And there's a 6, 3, 9. 6, 3, 9.
Nina 9.
And there's a 5, 4, 9. I think we've thrown a lot of 9s. 5, 4, 9. A lot of 9s, I think, in this session.
Nina.
Okay, here we go. Come on, where's that 7? 6, 4, 10. Oh, you know what? I made a mistake, guys. I made a mistake. I apologize. We did have a 10, and we would have been over here. We would have lost, I'm pretty sure. Because I think that's the second 10. We would have moved over and lost. So I was supposed to move away from this 5 and back to the 10 because there was a 10 prior to this. Yeah, right here. Yeah, that should have been a loss. I forgot to bounce us to the 10 because this is now a 10 now and it would have lost. Okay, so I made a mistake. Hold on. It took us off. All right, I made a mistake on that. So no harm, no foul. We screwed up, no big deal. So now we'll switch to the 10 now. after that. But we would have had a loss there just to be, you know, let's play it legitimately. We would have lost on that one. So here we go. So now we're back on the 10. We bounce now. So my mistake ended up helping us on that one. All right, so here we go. We're back on the 10. 4 and 2. Sometimes you make mistakes and they help you, and sometimes you make mistakes and they hurt you. Well, that one helped us.
6 winner.
All right. And that's a 4-1-5. So we're going to bounce again. This time we're not going to forget it. 4-1.
Fever 5.
And this time we're going to do what we're supposed to do and bounce back to the 5. So my little oops helped us. Okay, so now we are properly back on the bounce on the 5. That's a 6, a 4-2. Come on. What happened here? 4 and a 2. It's a little slow right now. I don't know what's going on.
Easy 6.
Okay, here we go. Come on, where's that 7? Nope, 6-2. 6 and a 2. Sometimes when you have that
8 easy.
positive mistake, it's time to quit. When you make a good mistake. There it is, 4-3. So we win. Come on.
7 out.
All right, so that would definitely push us, I don't know where. Obviously, I'm not counting the mistake. I'm counting it in our favor because we did make money. So I think we were at, I think that puts us probably around $72. So let's do one more. Let's do one more. We're going to look for the 5 or the 10 one more time. And that's a 6-5-11. That's a 5-1-6. That's a 6-4. There you go. So 6 and 4. 6 and 4.
10 easy.
And we are going to be back on the lay 10 for 50. And now we don't want to see 10 again. We want to see a 7. And that's a 5-3-8. 5-3-8.
8 easy.
All right. And that's a 5-4-9. 5-4-9.
Nina.
And that's a 5-3-8. So we have to remain patient here.
8 easy.
Okay, here we go. And that's a 4-2-6. 4-2.
Easy 6.
All right, let's keep going. Where's that 7? And there's a 4-1-5, so we're going to be flipping again. We're going to be bouncing. 4 and 1.
Fever 5.
So that makes us bounce back to the 5. So the 5-10 bounce. So we're bouncing on over here, and now we don't want to see a 5. Here we go. Come on, 7. And that's a 5. We did get beat there. So that's going to be a 3-2. 3-2.
5 fever.
All right. So we lose it. So now we'll do it the other way this time. We're going to go right back on the 5 instead of waiting for the next one. Now, if you wanted a ladder up, which you don't have to do, you lost 51. We make $31 back. If you wanted to, you would go up to 75 here. Okay? I'm not going to do that like I said on this video. We're just going to go right back out. And again, you don't have to go right back out. You can wait for the next 5 or 10. I'm just going to go back out. All right, so here we go. All right, 5-2, beautiful. So that worked out well that we didn't wait. So we already made 30. You see how fast?
7 out.
You lost 51, but you just made 31 back that quick. That's why you don't have to get super aggressive like these other channels show you. Oh, I'm doubling, I'm tripling up. I have to make my money. I have to get back in profit. No, you don't. No, you don't. All right, so here we go. We're looking for a 5 or 10. That's a 7. That's a 6-5. Snake eyes, come on. That's a 4-4-8. That's a 3-1. That's a 4-4-8. That's a 5-4-9. That's a 2-1. That's a 5-4-9. That's a 5-3-8. Where's the 5 and 10? There it is, 4 and 1. Okay. So we're going to be back on
Fever 5.
laying the 5. Like so. So we've gotten knocked off a few times. We never even laddered up. We never did anything. All right, here we go. Quick 7. Quick 7. That's a 6, 5-1-6.
6 easy.
All right. Come on. 6-4-10. So that's going to make us bounce. 6-4-10.
10 easy.
All right. Pull it off and bounce to the 10. Right? So now we're bouncing to the 10. This is the 5-10 bounce. All right. Now we need that 7 quick. Let's go. Oh, look at that. 3-2-5. So we're going to bounce back immediately.
5 winner.
Watch this. Oh, and that was also the point. Not that I care. Okay, we're going to bounce back to the 5. That time I didn't make a mistake. Here we go. And that's a 2-2-4. 2-2.
Hard 4.
All right, that doesn't do anything for us. And there it is, 6-1. Bam. So you see, we didn't go up, we didn't get crazy, and we had 2 wins pretty quickly afterwards.
7 out.
Right? We lost 51, we just made 62 back. All right, so you guys know what's going on here. This is the 5-10 bounce. You can play this on bubblecraps. You can play this anywhere you want. Now, what a lot of you is going to ask me is, why is it the 5-10? Well, the reason that I do the 5-10, and I'll show you variations of this, is because the 10 pays half of the bet. The 5 pays a little bit more. The 10 and the 4 are the same. They pay half of the lay bet. The 5 and the 9 are the same. The 6 and the 8 are the same. So you can vary this if you want to, but this is called the 5-10 bounce. You can certainly use the 4 and the 9, right? It could be the 4-9 bounce, but I use the 5-10 bounce, okay? But you can certainly try this with the 4 and the 9. The odds are exactly the same, right? The bouncing is the key. We wait for whatever number shows up first, the 5 and the 10. We lay it. If the other number comes up before the 7, we take our lay bet off and we move it to the opposite one, right? We move it to the other one. And that's what we do until either that number hits and we lose or the 7 comes out. And this is the 5-10 bounce. This is a great little strategy. It is definitely something you can evaluate and test alongside of the 7 strategies that are in AI Bubblecraps Blueprint course and decide which ones are working best for you and what goes into your toolbox. This is a fun strategy. This is not an action strategy. As you can see, sometimes you're waiting and waiting, but I don't care, right? I don't care about waiting. Set your win targets tight. I set our win target around $100 the way I'm playing here. Because I'm at the $25 level, I'm making half when it's on the 10. I'm making 25. You can, but don't stand there for 5 hours playing this. That's not the point. Tight win targets and multiple sessions. You just saw that we did 2 sessions and we made, I don't remember what we started this video at, to be honest with you. I think this was at, oh my God, I don't really remember. But whatever it is, we made several $100s. I can guarantee that on this video. Okay? And I would be done again. I would either be done for the day or I'd come back and play one more session. If you can make $200 a day, $250, $300 in a day this quickly, right? This quickly, if you played 5 days a week at $300, you're talking about $1,500 approximately a week. I think that's pretty good, right? I think that's pretty damn good. All right. Or you can play it at the bubblecraps level, and you can look for $25 sessions. And you can eke those out just as easily, by the way. I do this same thing on the bubblecraps. I just do it at a lower level, right? You do it at a $5, $6, $7 level. Something, whatever you want to do. All right? And I look for $25 increments and collect. I use my CPR method. Collect, what the hell is the P for? Collect, pay, and restart. Something like that. So I can't even remember that. Isn't that crazy? Collect, pay, and reset. Whatever. So there we go. That is the 5-10 bounce. I hope you guys like it. And remember, the newsletter came out in the last couple of days. Go to casinoincomeacademy.com. Go to the newsletter section. Put your email in so you get notification of the future ones coming out and all the discounts and special stuff that only the people that register on the website get. This newsletter has two free private strategies that we're giving out. So lots of free stuff, lots of discounts, lots of things going on for people that register, that just go in there and want to get the newsletter for free. Just give us your email and you get discounts on all kinds of stuff coming up. So that's it for now. I hope you guys like the 5-10 bounce, and we will see you with new roulette, baccarat, and craps strategies real soon.